We are going through a currency reset. It will have a huge impact on the economy, and there are uncertainties that what effect it will have on the assets. Which assets will prove beneficial if you try to hold them, and which assets to avoid during this reset. Leonard Zing talked about all these issues and how the assets performed during reset in the past. She says that gold and silver are the must have assets during currency resets. Lynette mentions that historically the ratio of the price of gold and the price of silver grow more narrow, maybe 15 to 1, 16 to 1, or maybe 19 to 1. Right now it's very high, somewhere around 70 to 1, and it was certainly even higher than that. So that gap is growing more narrow. That is not a surprise going into a currency reset. That is typically what does happen. People have taken this little bit of trading just like those that are watching the stock market go up, where the cryptocurrencies go up in nominal terms in terms of the fiat dollars. In 2018 was the first currency reset in Venezuela, and silver certainly performed quite well, as did gold. Silver went up substantially, almost 3.5 million%, and that's pretty good. In terms of the currency, gold outperformed silver at a pretty significant level. The question is why? Because gold is the primary currency metal. What do the central banks hold in their reserve? They hold gold, so that at the end of the day, when they reset that currency, they reset it against gold, not against Bitcoin, not Apple stock, not a piece of real estate, and not even against silver. But silver is the secondary monetary metal, so you got to have it. When you are thinking about that gold silver ratio, think about this. The bolivar has more value as a napkin for an empinenda than it does for you to be able to purchase goods and services. This is really all about purchasing power. We want to protect the wealth that we have accumulated. We can see during this first reset, they really didn't change anything. But gold outperformed silver by 1,000,000%. That's pretty good. Now, interestingly enough, since that first reset in 2017, of course, they didn't change behavior. You just change how you account for that behavior. Don't change the behavior itself, but people won't realize that. So the hyperinflation continued. Now they are going to digitalize the entire economy. So Venezuelans that only have access to the bolivar, they are in abject poetry, but also all confidence in the currency is completely lost. That's really ultimately what creates the hyperinflationary event. Again, 3 years later, they have lopped off zeros and reset the currency. So silver did pretty well and gold did pretty well as well. Lynette reminds that the reset is not done yet because the behavior has not come to any conclusion yet. Globally, on average, we will likely see 3 of these before the entire economy is reduced to a full barter economy. That's why silver is important for your day-to-day barter ability. So you can buy that pint of strawberry. You can put a tank of gas in your car, but you will need an awful lot of silver to buy a building with that. And that's the reason you should have gold. You need both gold and silver. They both have different functions, and you have to really ask yourself, what do you want to be holding into a currency reset? According to Lynette, you need silver to sustain your standard of living. You need gold to grow your wealth base and to protect all of those fiat dollars that you might not be able to move out of your 401k or out of your IRA or your 403b or your pension plan. Because if the dollar has no purchasing power, just like the bolivars, you can have a gazillion of them and it's not even going to matter. Weimar Germany is not the worst case of hyperinflation, but it is the most well known. Gold and silver ratio, even though there were times when it went up, it pretty much stayed even until the real reset was occurring, and then there was a huge jump and a huge difference between the two. So if you are sitting in gold and silver, that's good. because silver is about sustaining your standard of living, where gold is about protecting the wealth you have and being in a position to take advantage of the opportunity that lies ahead. We all know that food becomes the biggest issue for people during these transitions. And even if you stop and think about what happened in March of last year, just a year ago, when all the grocery store shelves went bare, well, toilet paper is also a really important thing to have on hand. As you probably saw, you can also barter with that. But the difference between silver and toilet paper, or berries, or any kind of food stuff is that food stuff has a shelf life, whereas silver doesn't have a shelf life. At one point during Weimar Germany, they were all performing equally well: the bill, the silver coin, and the gold. It's the gold that ends up outperforming the silver. Gold silver ratio maintains until it doesn't, just like the stock market stay up until they don't. There are repeatable patterns that happen every single time. Look, if something has happened over 4800 times and we are doing the same things, then we are going to get the same results as well. So you need both. You need silver for barter ability and to sustain your current standard of living. You need gold to protect any wealth. It's about functionality. So if you talk to your consultant, then you are going to fill out and you are going to talk about your goals, what you have to work with, and where you are right now. And then you will create a strategy based on gold and silver as a wealth shield. You will know how much silver do you need to sustain your current standard of living through this reset, and how much gold do you need to do that, but also to put you in a position to take advantage of these opportunities that present. These are the only two assets that are undervalued. Everything else, stocks, bonds, real estate, all of that severely overvalued. That will change. Then your gold is what you are going to use to convert into these other assets and income producing assets when they are undervalued. So guys, what do you think? Gold is a better investment or silver? Or do you give 50-50 to both of them? Also, if you found this video really informative, then please make sure press the like button, subscribe to our channel. I'll meet you in my next video. Till then, have a great day.